Alright, so for most of you folks out there, this is the first time seeing my face. As the creator of this Montana High School football page. Created the page 4 years ago, never expected it to grow like it did. Some people out there knew who I was. Like I said, 95% of you, probably a higher percentage, this is your first time seeing my face. So I'll get going on this. We'll just do a double A since I have more information on it than any other class. Just do a little review and maybe talk a little bit about next week's games. I won't get into predictions yet, but we'll get a feel. We'll start off with Senior versus Butte. Um, that game I predicted. I believe I had Butte winning that game. All I knew about the Bronx was safety Nolan Timmons coming back, senior. So I had not a whole lot of information on the Bronx. Come to find out, it's because they have a starting sophomore quarterback in Nathan Dick who rushed for 2 touchdowns, passed for one, and got the final interception of the game to lock down the win for the Bronx. Also, the big player for the Bronx was Gabe Solser, freshman wide receiver. I remember watching that kid on ESPN a couple years ago playing in the Little League World Series. So it's cool to see him playing on varsity already. If I call you Ben once or twice this year, Gabe, I apologize. You can blame your brother. So it looks like the Bronx are going to have some pretty good talent for years to come. Pretty good 1-2 combo right there. Um, One thing about the Bronx that I noticed is they gave up almost 300 yards passing. That 300 yards passing was to pretty good bloodlines, and Dylan Cook, the younger brother of the All-State um, guy that holds all basically Montana's passing records. So I believe he's a junior as well. I think he was 20 out of 44 or 22 out of 40 or something like that. Not a bad night. I bet he would prefer the win. Looks like he's got two pretty good receivers. Um, Probably the best receiving core in Double A right now with Dalton Don and Paul Campbell. I've watched them both. They're both very talented receivers. Uh, Dalton is very, very quick. I believe Paul's a little bit taller, more of a possession receiver, but don't sleep on his speed. Looks like the Butte team has been saying for the Bulldogs defense past few years they gave up 256 rushing yards. Uh, so same old Butte looks like on defense. They'll need to improve on that because there's some very good rushing teams. Most of the top Double A teams are very good at running the football. Next, we'll go to the Skyview Bozeman game. I actually attended this game. I wanted to see how good Skyview was. It was my first time actually watching them. Looks like Justin Keeling, I believe it's Justin, is starting off on a good note. He's made several key plays. I believe he had 2, 3 touchdowns. But he's going to give some defense coordinators some headaches. Uh, Trayvon Dixon Strong made some pretty good tackles as a safety at the line of scrimmage coming up, stopping Bozeman run attack before they could get going. Uh, One thing that was looks like it might be a concern for the coaching staff for Skyview is the kick coverage. I know Bozeman returned their first punt, I believe, um, all the way back for a touchdown. So there's 7 points of the 17 Bozeman scored. And I believe the kick return game also set Bozeman up pretty well. So that's one thing to watch out for Bozeman, and one thing Skyview's probably going to be working on come tomorrow. Um, One of the first things I noticed when I got the program, Baloo Chapman, the sophomore last year, backup running back for Gapmeyer when he went down, is now the QB. The, he's a kid is a stud athlete, makes plays. He's a heck of a runner. I don't know about the pass game yet, but he did have some good passes. Inconsistent. It's his first varsity start, so look for him to improve on that. But I do know the kid is an animal on defense. I bet the kid's playing D1 football by the time after he graduates. Bennett Hostetler had a good game, real good receiver. Great DB. Uh, Looks like Bozeman has some pretty good speed, but they are definitely not the Bozeman Hawks of last year. Um, Next up, let's talk about Glacier versus Billings West. Glacier, heartbreaking loss in the championship, um, but they return a lot of talent. Brady McChesney's back. The QE had a great game. Logan Jones, playmaker. Sam McCamley, playmaker. And that Glacier defense is always tough, putting up shutouts. One good thing for the West team is they didn't get shut out. 31-7 final. Watched the news, saw quarterback Paul Clabo, the coach's son, very good coach. So I would say that West has probably got a good player in him. I'm not sure on what grade he is, but not getting shut out by Glacier is an improvement over last year. Is last year a fluke? Time will tell. But from what I've seen, West looks like they are a better team. Next up, CMR Sentinel. I remember last year, probably 1 year to the date, I was up till 1:32 in the morning looking for this final. Such a good game. Sentinel had a second half for the ages on CMR. But for CMR, Andrew Grindy, sorry if I mispronounced it. Please let me know. Had himself a game as would be expected. 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving, I believe it was 72 or 82 yards. So have fun trying to figure out how to stop that guy. Looks like Cade Papphausen for Missoula Sentinel is doing starting the season off on a great note. 4 passing touchdowns, all to different receivers. So the Sentinel attack, it looks like it's pretty diversified. So can't just key on one guy. Um, so I think they'll be a pretty good team this year. I think I have CMR at number 2. So 33-28 game says something a little bit about Sentinel, I believe. Uh, Flathead versus Kalispell. I've been following Flathead's Facebook page a little bit. Looks like they've been doing a lot of good work. I expect an improved team. Kind of thought they would win this one by more, but maybe that says Great Falls is better than I gave them credit for. Looks like Flathead's Josh McCracken is the playmaker for Flathead. Hopefully a few more guys will step up and they can score a few more points. I thought with the new coaching staff they'd be more pass happy, and maybe they are. I didn't get to see the stats. Um, but I would expect them to score more points than they did this week. So, but maybe that Bison defense is tough as usual. Um, Helena versus Missoula Big Sky. Couldn't load anything. I tried the Missoulian newspaper. I couldn't find the link for it. I probably should have tried the independent record, but I didn't. Um, kind of in the time crunch. But that game was 48-10. Looked like Big Sky had a little bit of trouble. Helena was looking tough as usual. So time will tell how good each team is. Capital versus Missoula Hellgate, 36-6 final. Um, I believe that's a moral victory for Hellgate. I know Capital graduated 20 some people, but for Hellgate to not get shut out is a big moral victory, I believe. Looks like their running game's picking up. They average just over 3 yards a carry. I expect that to improve as the season goes on. They start to gel with the new coaching staff. Rome wasn't built in a day, so I believe the parity in the whole Double A is going to be a lot closer. There's going to be a lot. I don't see as many big blowouts as last year probably. So looks like Capital's got the run game by committee again. So you never know who's going to get the ball. I'm guessing the shotgun wing T. Lots of misdirection coming to Coach Murphy's staff. So see this week's matchups. We got off the rankings, number 8 Billings Senior, who could be better than that number 8, and my number 13 Big Sky. Like I said, I didn't get to see any stats, so they might be underranked there. Um, I don't know. We'll see if the young guys at a senior are for real, um, and can pull out another victory. Skyview, the third ranked team versus Flathead, number 11. I think I've dropped Flathead a little bit. I think I had number 10 preseason. Like I said, I don't know about Great Falls, Flathead. Again, score could be deceiving. Maybe Flathead is for real. Um, but I think Skyview is probably the better team. So we'll see. I'm not supposed to give predictions away, but Missoula Sentinel versus Bozeman. I think that's gonna be a pretty good matchup. 7 versus 5. Uh, we'll see. Blue Chapman and Paffhausen going at it. Um, should be a good matchup. Probably not the game of the week though. Capital, their run attack versus Butte. Um, Butte stop the run, and can Capital stop Dylan Cook in the pass? We'll see. Uh, definitely the game of the week. Number 2 CMR versus number 1 Glacier. I believe last year Glacier won, and the year before that CMR won. Um, these two teams are definitely in wanting to take this game. Winner of this game could decide the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So this is a huge game right out the gate. Uh, number 4 Helena versus number 10 Billings West. This will be an interesting contest. Like I said, I don't know anything about Helena. I'm just giving them the number 4 nod based off history. Um, they always have a great program. So Billings West looks like they're a little bit revived. Are they even better than I thought? Uh, Hellgate versus Great Falls, kind of a lower teams matchup, but like I said, both teams I think are probably improved. So this should be a tight one. Could be a huge step for Hellgate, even Great Falls as well. Get an early win and start on the road to recovery. Um, I launched a new website. Got the first sponsor. You'll have to check it out. I'll launch it on. I'll put the address on Facebook. You have to bear with me at the beginning. I'm working on the bank account situation, so you're gonna get a bunch of annoying ads and pop-ups and stupid crap. But in about 2-3 weeks, that should all be resolved, and you'll only get the ads from which I've sold. Um, looking for sponsors. Like I said, we need sponsors for team rankings, games of the week, uh, a lot of things. Hit me up, Facebook. I have links to contact me through the website. The website is where I will release rankings first. I will release rankings within a day or two on Facebook for discussion and whatnot. Um, but the website is your first source. If you want to know before, uh, that's the place to go. I'll post predictions there as well. Predictions are probably posted there no later than Wednesday night. I'm going to try and do rankings no later than Monday night. I work a crazy work schedule, so it's going to be interesting. Um, but I'll get it done. So, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked it, I'll try and do some more. If not, it was worth a shot. So, signing out. Can't wait for week 2. A lot of great games.